What's going on, YouTube? It's Gabe here, and I wanted to come out to everybody and make it public, I guess. So guys, I'm non-binary. Let that sink in for a bit. A lot of you are probably thinking in your heads like, what the hell, where did this come from? Because usually the people that you would see on YouTube would generally stay that way, you know, like be FTMs, and that's how they identify. They're very binary kind of trans people, and I understand that, but the more I started transitioning, I started to care less about how I presented and less about how to carry myself as a person, and I'm starting to do away with gender roles, I guess, so to speak. How I started identifying this way is that, so as you guys know, I started T October 8, 2014, and during that time, like in the very early months of my medical transition, you know, like with the changes and everything, I started to present as masculine as I could, because for me, the goal was to pass, and to pass, you have to basically dress and act and speak as what is basically socially acceptable for males, you know, like dressing as sporty as possible, you know, t-shirt, blue jeans, get your hair cut really short, don't wear earrings, and also go to the gym, you know, take interest in like typical masculine hobbies, you know, like go to the gym, play sports, care about sports, live sports, breathe sports, you know, like my brother does. And while I honestly tried my best to get into those things, like I just couldn't. Like I got into the gym, but only for my lifestyle, physical and mental health, because the gym helps me refocus on my life, and it also gives me the ability to control myself, and I guess would be the best way to describe it is that it gives me control, like as much control as possible, and the little control that I have over my life, because it's kind of like spiraling over, but it gives me a way to like better myself, and it's not necessarily what should be considered a masculine hobby. And that's why I'm starting to call myself non-binary, because I don't want to adhere to the binary. Like the binary is a very fragile thing that should be done away with. We just like what we like, and we just do what we want to do, short of killing people, of course. And the Orlando shooting is probably going to be another video when I'm ready to talk about it, because it's very hard for me to talk about it, but I digress. I'm starting to do away with like a male, female, guys, girls, that kind of thing, and I'm starting to do away with all that, because to me, first and foremost, I am a person that should be respected with masculine and gender neutral pronouns, and I just like what I like, and I just take interest in hobbies that I like, whether or not they're considered masculine enough or feminine enough, or like the whole trans enough thing is a whole nother question, because a lot of trans people tend to be very strict in how people should identify, like, you know, their gender expression. And my gender expression to me is pretty gender neutral, at least the way I see it, although a lot of people will see masculine hobbies, because, you know, a lot of people tend to be like very binary in the thinking, even trans people, and say like, oh, going to the gym is basically for men and everything. Oh, the girls generally you don't see them at the gym, and why should they? They're fine the way they are. Basically, it's very patriarchal in their thinking, and I just don't want to associate with that. And to me, I'm just a person. I just do what I like. I just do what I do, and that's it. I'm still a person. I should be respected either way, whether or not that like you see me as male or female or something in between, or another whole gender identity. But for the moment, I am identifying as a non-binary trans-masculine person. So that would basically mean that while I am very comfortable presenting as a masculine person, I'm also fine with identifying with like gender neutral pronouns, and so now I go by he, him, his, along with they, them, theirs, and I have no problem with those things. The only thing I ask of people is do not call me she, her, you know, those feminine pronouns, because those are things I cannot stand. I may be non-binary, but those are pronouns I will not accept, and end of story. And that, my friends, is how I came to identify as non-binary. I just do what I like, I just do what I do. I'm just a person first and foremost. My gender is inconsequential. I should be respected because we're all human beings, and we just do you. Just do you, boo. I hope you guys like my channel art. So to recap, while I am comfortable presenting as a masculine looking person, I am non-binary, and there's no way to be non-binary. I don't have to like fight the system even though I want to. I just wear what I wear, do what I like, and that's that. And if you don't like it, tough. I just wanted to make it public on YouTube, and also to everybody except my parents. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna come out to them as non-binary, if at all, because they're still struggling with like understanding trans people. Like they're only like barely grasping the concept of binary trans people, like people who are leaning very to the left, like masculine, or to the right, feminine. And non-binary people is a concept that they're not aware of, and I feel like it would take them a very long time, if ever, to come to terms with either calling me gender neutral pronouns or acknowledging that I identify that way. And so it also works to my advantage that they don't like the internet and don't even use YouTube, so they're probably never gonna find out unless I choose for them to find out through like telling them through email or coming out again or in some ways. But if I ever do, I will let you guys know and let you guys know how that goes, because with Latino culture and the whole grammatical structure of Spanish, you know, with masculine feminine forms like la mano y el televisión over there, it's a tough world, and I have to work with like my interesting set of circumstances of being a Latino immigrant and also trans in this country and also being non-binary, so this should be interesting. That's all I wanted to say today, guys, so please subscribe if you haven't. I put up a video every Wednesday and Saturday, and I will see you guys soon, alright? Thanks for watching.